Another lady of the house kind of day, and today we are going to talk about how to not dress frumpy in the winter. Welcome back and Happy New Year. I am so glad that you are here with me today, and I hope that you will continue to stay through the entire year. I have so many great ideas of what I would love to share with all of you, but what should be the first video of the year? I had a really hard time with this, so I just thought, let me just stick with something that I really love, which is talking about wardrobe and dresses and all the fun ladylike things. So when I had shared in the past, it was a few videos ago, about what, things to add and to include in romanticizing your life. Maybe it was in November. I encouraged you to get out the scarves, get out the hats, get out the gloves. And recently I went to the snow and I did just that. And so I often get questions when it comes to dressing in a feminine way. How would you do that in the winter time? So I thought that we could focus on that today, okay? Because I had a lot of fun dressing for the snow. I was nice and warm, and I don't think I don't think your style should suffer just because it's winter time. And where I live, as I often say, we have mild winters, and that's something that I don't often dress for, is like this, okay? If I'm going to be going to the snow, it's a rare occasion if I do go somewhere where there is snow, and that's that. But I have a wonderful coat that I have gotten so many compliments on. It would have to be, I would say, for 2022 was the best purchase that I made when it came to clothing, aside from my sweater dresses. So today I'm sharing with you the 3 sweater dresses that I purchased last year, and then the coat too, how I pair it. And I have another coat, like a vintage coat, that I wanted to share with you, and just the difference with it. I'm not sold on it being my color. It was gifted to me, and I'm not even sure. I might end up giving it back, because if I'm not going to wear it, I would rather give it back to her. She doesn't want me to sell it or anything. It was just, a beautiful gift, and I love the fact that it's older and everything, but I just don't feel that it suits me. So we will get into that later. But let's start with the basics when you are going to be getting really dressed for very cold weather. Now, I don't have like a parka or anything like that, because as I said, I don't often go to where it gets that cold. But where we were going to be going, it was pretty cold. I would say it was like, I think when we were up there, maybe it was 34 degrees. I mean, it had snowed, so it wasn't freezing at that point, but there was still snow on the ground and it was cold. And because you were in the snow, it just makes it feel even more cold, and the sun wasn't out. So, okay, start with the basics. If you have long johns, I would say that would be something good to wear under whatever dress you're going to wear, especially if it's a knitted dress, a sweater dress. I love the fit and flare style, or the fit kind of like the A-line cut, but definitely a more full skirt, because I think that just is most appealing on me and my body shape, and it conceals those things that I would like it to conceal for the most part. The midsection does seem to hug a little more, so I got my normal size, which was a small, but because of the way that these sweater dresses fit, next time if I'm the same size, I would go a size up. Actually, this is a medium. This one is a medium. I thought that it was a small, but it's a medium. The two that I purchased from Monsoon London are smalls, and those I would go up to a medium the next time. But I mean, I could still wear them. They're great. They have so much stretch to them. And I'm just saying for the way the silhouette looks if I'm not wearing a coat. But I love these dresses because they pair really well with the coat that I have been wearing all winter long. And now that we're out of the holiday season, I've tucked away my burgundy coat, like the more reddish one, because it just doesn't feel appropriate for now, and I just love the other one so much anyway, but I still bring that one out in that time. So the company that I purchased the coat from is Top Vintage, and they had it in two other colors as well. So I got the green one, which has blue mixed in, like a navy blue mixed in with it. And then they also had a gray or a grayish, like there was gray and beige, I think, of a mix. And then also, or maybe it was black, I don't know, black and gray. And then also they had a black one. Well, those aren't my colors at all, so I knew not to go with those. But I went with the green one. I took the fur trim off of it. I felt like that really cheapened the look of the coat, and especially the green. So I did away with that. I actually ended up just throwing them away, and I cut the buttons off that secured it around the wrists and then around the collar, and that was fine. Have I gotten off track here? Let's start with the basics. So if you're going to be wearing a sweater dress, definitely wear something like another layer under. So right now I have leggings on. That was something that I wore underneath my dress when we went up to the mountains. And then some longer socks with some boots. And then a scarf, of course, and a hat. So you can wear whatever kind of hat you want. This is actually my daughter's hat, but I think I fancy it. So this is by Jessica Simpson, and one of my daughters got it as a gift from her abuela on Christmas. So I just thought, well, this would be fun to work with. I feel like I'm channeling what is her name? Mrs. Harris. Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. That's what I feel like when I wear something like this. So, and then of course some gloves. Now the other gloves that I had, they must be out in the car, but any gloves will do. I had said before that I would love to get some darker ones to go with the coat that I have, but when you're going to the mountains and you need something, you just use what you have. But these are just some of the basics that I have that I think are very important to have under. And then don't ever forget leg warmers. I don't have leg warmers, but if you are in a very cold climate, leg warmers are a wonderful way to just layer, and then as you get inside, maybe you want to take them off, maybe not. But especially as a ballet dancer, that was something that I used so often, and I love the look of it. But if I was somewhere where it was really cold, I would definitely invest in some leg warmers, and those are great underneath your boots, the taller boots. So these boots that I have today, they're my daughter's as well. I had to borrow everything because I don't usually dress like this, and I haven't found the kind of boots that I really want, but I have been looking, and I know this year, especially as we near the end of the year, I will definitely want to invest in a good pair of boots that is more my style. What I realized is that I love boots, but I want to have a kitten heel on them, and I want them to have a very nice shape to where you can actually see the ankle, and the ankle isn't so bulky, because that's usually what I feel takes away from a lot of the looks. I think that they look so masculine when they're really bulky, and I just don't like that look. So something that would complement more of the style that I wear is something that would be a lot thinner and, you know, just very streamlined and elegant. So now let's talk about not looking frumpy in the winter. I think the main thing is to have really great construction of whatever coat you're going to be wearing. So I already gave you the basics about, you know, what to put on under. And this should be whatever style of dress that you like. I'm sure that they would have it in a knit style as well. So if that is just a sheath dress, if it is a bodycon dress, if it is a fit and flare, any of those kind of styles would be great. But most importantly, it's the way that the coat looks, because that is what you're seen in when you go out and about, right? And you don't want to feel frumpy when you go out. So even making sure that you do your hair, you do your makeup, or, you know, just do those normal things that you would do, put on a nice pair of earrings that you love, and now even a hat. I'm really sold on the hat look. I think that I might have to incorporate this into my everyday. Especially when it's really cold out, because it's just it's so nice. And especially for me, I have like really thin hair, that this is a nice, you know, a nice way to hide that a little bit. So anyway, the coat. My coats, I love them to be nipped in at the waist. And I think that that makes it look so much more elegant and less boxy. The more boxy something looks, the more frumpy it looks, and especially when you go with a dress. So the other thing that I wanted to share with you was, when you're inside, if you are going to be wearing a sweater, maybe go with a, I don't know, like I have this straight cut sweater, a cardigan that was my Grammy's, and I wear that all the time inside. And if I'm really cold, I don't care. I don't care if I look frumpy or not, but I know that when I pair it with my dresses, it looks frumpy. And there's just no getting around that. But I wouldn't wear it out. I mean, I'll wear it to go on walks if I don't want to wear my coat, but I know that it's a frumpy look, and I wouldn't wear that, say, if I'm going to the grocery store, or if I'm going just out. I just wouldn't wear that like that. It's more of like an around the house, you know, just an extra layer to pull on. And sometimes we just don't worry about those kind of things. But definitely something that has a beautiful construction, that really lays well on your body. Make sure that a coat isn't too tight, that you have plenty of movement, but that it has a really nice shape to it. And wonderful ways that they do that are with darting, with just the overall construction, and even shoulders. The coat that I purchased last year, I really wanted to have tailored, because when I first put it on, I just could not get over the shoulders. They were just in your face. That's what I felt like. I mean, practically poking me in the ear there. But then they really grew on me. And especially just going out and about, anytime that I go out, I always get a compliment on that coat. Yesterday, a woman stopped me, just stopped in her tracks, and she goes, "That is such a gorgeous coat." And I said, thank you. And she goes, no, I am serious. That is just stunning. So like those are the kind of reactions that I have received with this coat. And while I think it's such a beautiful coat, there are so many other beautiful coats as well. So it's about finding something that works well with your coloring, because the wrong color can automatically make you look frumpy. I have 2 coats that I'm going to share with you today that I believe make me look automatically frumpy because of the colors. And so these are ones that I don't prefer because of that, and I'm not going to reach for. And then I'm realizing if I want to wear one of them, I might have to end up wearing something really bright with it just to counteract how much it washes me out and everything. So definitely the color, and then pay attention to the construction of the coat. Find something that, if you want to look feminine, it showcases the fact that you are a woman. It doesn't have to be super duper tight or anything like that, but just enough to look like a lady, but you know, just where you look like a woman, and where someone could tell that you are a woman, but not overly so to where you are uncomfortable because of that. I think that we live in a time now where so many women are uncomfortable with just their day-to-day clothes, just trying to fit a certain mold and what something looks like. I think that dressing in a very feminine way is a great way to not have to consider a lot of the things that so many concern themselves with today. And I will give you an example. I never concern myself with the way I look from the back anymore, because I wear dresses that are flattering, and that I don't have to worry about cellulite or, you know, just different things that I don't want to have to worry about or feel like I have to change my body for. So this is something that I think a lot of women got right in the past, and something so many get wrong today, is that we're dressing in a way that we feel we have to figure out how to mold our bodies in such a way to where they are absolutely perfect. We have to fit this certain standard. And I don't think that that should be the case at all. It's definitely more, make sure you're healthy, and then the rest is like, if you're just dressing in a very beautiful feminine way, those kind of things you shouldn't have to worry about, because you're dressing to look beautiful, not to look sexy. So you're not trying to showcase all the goods and trying to wear things super tight in the problematic areas that so many concern themselves with today. So that's something that I never worry about. And I think if we show less, then we automatically don't concern ourselves with those kind of things. And that is really what it comes down to. I think we're so hung up on looking at ourselves and seeing ourselves in ways that most people in the past never even looked at themselves in that way. And you know, your body does natural things and looks in certain ways as we age, and these aren't things that we should be obsessing about. And if you just dress beautifully for your body shape and for your body size, then those are kind of things that you don't end up fixating on so much. So hopefully that's my little 2 cents about that. Now, I know something that other people often encourage is to wear fleece-lined tights. I understand why that would be a wonderful thing, because fleece line, that is definitely a plus. I'm sure that they have fleece-lined leggings. If I were in more of a cold climate like that, I would definitely invest in such things. But you do not have to give up looking feminine for the winter, I feel, and you definitely don't have to resort to looking frumpy in the winter. Thank you so much for being with me today. I really hope that this inspired you in some way. Happy New Year, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye, everyone.